The 2022 NFL Draft is in the books, and that means the season for the Pittsburgh Steelers will be here before you know it. And if, like us here at Chat Sports, you're excited about this next season, show it by liking today's video right now. Welcome into Pittsburgh Steelers Talk. Some breaking news as we're filming our top free agent targets for the Steelers. Devin Bush, his fifth-year option, has not been picked up by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Really not that big of a surprise for Pittsburgh to decline Bush's fifth-year option. This means this upcoming season is going to be the final one on his rookie contract. Bush, to be blunt, did not play that great last season. Given the rather expensiveness of the fifth-year option, it's not a surprise to see the Steelers say, yeah, we're not going to pick it up here. Doesn't mean this is his last year necessarily. He could play great and get tagged or re-signed or whatever, but he is now going to be a free agent after the upcoming season. Give me your one-word reaction to the Steelers declining Bush's option. Mine's expected, but I want to hear from you guys right now in the comments section. We're going to begin with a name that I really like, and I'm glad producer Jeremy put this one on here. Eric Fisher, the offensive tackle, Chiefs, most recently Colts, remains unsigned. I heard some buzz he wanted a little bit too much money from Indy. They said, okay, let's hit the open market. Well, now he's on the open market, and we're in May. And I will make note, by the way, that starting 4 p.m. Eastern on Monday, the signings no longer impact the compensatory pick formula, so you will start to see a little bit more action on that standpoint. At minimum, Eric Fisher would provide you great depth and competition at the left tackle spot, and to be quite honest, I kind of think he would end up starting for the Steelers over Dan Moore. Not trying to throw shade at Moore by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that highly of Eric Fisher. I think he is a quality starting left tackle, so getting more to your backup spot, maybe just on a one-year deal for Eric Fisher, give Moore some time to learn and grow. If something happens to Chuck Okorafor, you can throw him on the right side too. You really addressed pretty heavily your interior offensive line spot. I think Cole and Green will battle for that starting center position. Joe Hay can be your swing, sure. You don't want Chaz Green playing real football games. Trust me on that standpoint. So if Moore becomes your swing tackle in year 2 and Eric Fisher's your left tackle, I think we'd all feel really, really good about where things would then stand on the offensive line for Pittsburgh. Now, maybe you disagree. Maybe you are convinced in year 2 Dan Moore is going to be the guy at left tackle, short-term and long-term. But I want your honest answers here. Do you trust Dan Moore to start at left tackle? I'm going to make this one the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get the ad break on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there to the pinned comment, type in Y for yes you do, and for no, you do not. A name you might be a little bit familiar with, Sheldon Richardson. And this is an interesting spot along the defensive line here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, you have Cam Hayward. He's a star. Tyson Alualu's one piece. You have Stephon Tuitt. Maybe? Not really sure what the future is going to hold from him. Sheldon Richardson can still be a decent disruptive piece along your defensive line. I like Chris Wormley. You've added recent draft picks, Isaiah Loudermilk, Carlos Davis. You did take DeMarvin Leal in the 3rd round in 2022, but I think Sheldon Richardson in particular would be an upgrade over Tyson Alualu, who I'm trying to hate on people, but I think the contracts would be fairly similar, and you saw the difference in contracts. Now, Richardson's kind of played all over defensive fronts throughout his time in the NFL, from 5 technique to 0 technique. I think you want some more depth and some meat on the interior of that defensive line, so could be Sheldon Richardson. Last year we would have said a name like Damon Snacks Harrison, Ndamukong Suh, if you want to get wild with it to add some more depth on that interior of the defensive line in terms of a bit of an upgrade over Alualu. So keep an eye on that spot too. We're getting closer and closer to 13,000. We did it for Terry Bradshaw. We did it. Thank you guys so much. When you subscribe to us here at Pittsburgh Steelers Talk, you get free daily videos. That's it. That's what the subscription is. It's a free subscription. It's kind of awesome from that standpoint right there. And then you'll get notifications sent to your phone, and you can watch everything we do here on the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you've recently subscribed, thanks to all of our marathon draft coverage, happy to have you here. Let's keep growing the channel. Hit that big red button and subscribe right now. Here's a splashy name, Gronk. Now, at some level, I kind of just think it's almost retirement or return to Brady with the Bucs for Gronkowski. So I don't really see this happening, but it'd be fun, right? He'd be a great fit because I look at the tight end room right now, and I'm all aboard the Pat Freiermuth campaign. As the Steelers continue to sign or draft the brothers of their star defensive players, Connor Hayward's a 6th-round pick. Zach Gentry's a 5th-round pick. If you could get Gronk or even a veteran backup to like maybe a Jared Cook, I think you'd feel good about that. It's all about Freiermuth as the starter long term, but I would be in the market for some veteran depth beyond that. The Steelers' 1st-round pick, the only quarterback picked in round 1, was Kenny Pickett, and his jersey is already available at chatsports.com/Pickett. Go get the Kenny Pickett Steelers jersey today. You can pre-order them. It'll take a little bit for them to ship out, but get your order in right now because they are going to go quickly. Chatsports.com/Pickett. Bryce Callahan next up here. The Steelers, in maybe a mild upset, did not address corner or safety, and we'll focus on corner here since the Steelers already added a safety. We'll get to that later on. Bryce Callahan could be an intriguing nickel option, and maybe what you try is this. Do you want to give Cam Sutton some reps on the outside? I think he's a good nickel corner. Callahan is one of the better corners out there on the open market, and at this stage, I kind of don't think you're going to re-sign Joe Hayden. Still could. Kind of think that race done been run to some extent there. Other corners out there, you have Levi Wallace, James Pierre, Justin Lane. I don't think is ever going to be a piece for you, so maybe add just one of the best remaining corners and figure out how to play Callahan, Sutton, Witherspoon, and Wallace all together. It's pretty good top grouping in terms of not having a number 1 overall. What position do you still think the Steelers are in desperate need of more help at? Let me know in the comment section. Sound off. What position do the Steelers still need more help at? Let's go to the biggest name on this list, Jadeveon Clowney, the former Browns edge rusher. Now, I'll make note, I feel very good about where this team is at overall when it comes to their pass rush edges. You've got TJ Watt, you got Alex Highsmith, who I'm pretty high on. I like the pickup of Jannard Avery. But imagine a defensive front where you also throw Clowney into that mix. If Stephon Tuitt's not healthy, you could throw out this 4 pass rushing unit on obvious third downs of TJ Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, who can reduce inside some, Cam Hayward, and Alex Highsmith. That is terrifying for opposing offenses, whether it's Trubisky or Pickett in year 1 at QB. You're going to have to be patient and allow that to grow and develop. So I would have interest in adding Clowney if the cost is right, which we know sometimes the cost normally isn't for Clowney. He's a bit of a weird guy there. Honorable mention, free agent target, Jaquiski Tartt. I wanted to add another safety. Steelers don't need one. They did not draft anybody, but they did sign Damontae Kazee as part of their almost undrafted free agency grouping there. So you have Minka, Terrell Edmonds, Damontae Kazee. You let Carl Joseph, Trey Norwood, Miles Killebrew fight for that last spot. I think you're fine there. If you want to add maybe almost a safety linebacker hybrid, Tartt does fit that mold, given there is clearly some long-term uncertainty around the linebacker position moving forward for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So which name from my list would you guys want to sign? We'll go through it one more time here, but I want to hear from you. Which name do you guys want to add in free agency? Eric Fisher's out there still, Sheldon Richardson, Rob Gronkowski, Bryce Callahan, Jadeveon Clowney. Those guys are some bigger names that could still make some sense for the Pittsburgh Steelers.